Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Orta No Better podcast. Let's do this.
Leeds are shit.
We're recording, you know.
Oh, shit.
We had a good start. I don't think we've got the personnel.
You can fucking laugh all you want, you absolute bellend.
I think about things, that's why you lot are idiots.
A melted version of a dick that's been shrink wrapped.
The absolute elite shithousery of this.
Good evening, everybody. How are you all doing? I am Karl, and this is the Season 5, Episode 20 of the main pod. And if I was reading correctly in the chat today, lads, is today the actual 5-year anniversary, is it?
I believe so. I think this is our 5th year official anniversary. Yeah, I think I thought our Twitter anniversary was a few days ago, and I think we set that up just before we started. So it probably makes sense. So happy birthday, gentlemen!
Yeah, happy birthday and anniversary and all that jazz. How are you doing tonight, boys? Are you doing all right?
Phantasmagorical, as ever.
Steady away.
Good. Did you both get a chance to watch the game on Sunday? Is probably the more important thing. Smarty, I know it was your birthday celebrations at the weekend. How were you feeling after that on a Sunday morning? Now that you've hit the big 4-0, did you manage to watch the game not hungover?
I was not hungover. However, old age seems to be taking me because I struggled to stay awake through the game, if I'm honest. Especially the first half. The first half was a bit... I thought we were going to do a typical Leeds, to be fair. I did say it on last week's pod. I thought we might do a complete Leeds and fuck this right up. So I wasn't expecting great things, and then when we missed a penalty, missed a few good opportunities, Jack Harrison crossing the ball like an absolute wet lettuce, and was obviously missing a penalty as well. I thought, yeah, this ain't going to be worth watching. So I had a little bit of a snooze, probably halfway through, on and off, doing the whole jerky sort of shit. And then
coming down here.
Yeah, probably a little bit of that. And then second half was much better, wasn't it? We actually, I think he must have given him a bollocking or had some sort of harsh wording in the changing rooms, and we decided to play football in second half. So I thought Derby would have showered of shit. I can't believe after everything that the Sky Sports presenters and the staff had put on, trying to hype it up as this massive rivalry and peddling out the old fucking Spygate bullshit and any sort of other shit that they could get involved. It was just an absolute load of bollocks, wasn't it? I was saying, did you see what Jermaine Beckford said about it all when they asked him, what did you think about the Spygate and all that sort of thing? And he just went, it's fucking 7 years ago, it's behind us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who the fuck still cares about Spygate? It's just you wankers.
They do though.
Still.
They do.
Fucking hellfire.
You're what? Loud. Am I?
Very loud. Very loud, yeah.
I thought you sound really quiet. You sound really quiet on mine, and like you keep going really quiet and loud. But
I'll turn mine up. You'll turn yours down if you would.
Mine's on auto. Do I sound too loud to you, Karl?
A little bit.
You nearly blew my little eardrums out, mate.
He's 40 now, man. You can't be blowing eardrums like they're like hens.
No, you go other way when you're getting older. You go deafer, not better of hearing.
No, that's what I'm saying. You don't want them blown out. Yeah, but it's going to get worse. You don't want them blown out.
I turned mine up.
Yeah.
So,
Luke, yes.
I'm the only OKB member still the right side of 40, am I?
Well, not for long.
No, not for long.
Only for a few months, isn't it?
Yeah.
A few. It's nearly a year. It's 10 months. 10 and a half months.
Well.
But who's counting, eh? Who's counting? Don't be jealous of my youth.
I know I don't look the oldest, that's for sure.
Are you? You're second youngest, that's why.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. You wouldn't want to be looking older as being the second youngest. Luke looks like
Jay
the
was
oldest.
fucking busy.
Jay's always busy, and then Jay's always busy up until 8:35, and then he's not busy.
Yeah.
Have you not noticed this?
Finishes in perfect timing.
Just got in the door.
Yeah, many happy returns, Smarty. Many happy returns, OKB. So,
Thank you, gentlemen.
Almost share a birthday, don't we? But I quite enjoyed the game in a weird way because I didn't really care about the result. This is going to sound Probably a bit poor on my behalf, in fairness, but actually I didn't care about getting through in the cup. I like to win games, don't like to lose them, but we have got bigger fish to fry this year, and that simply is staying in the Premier League. And I think when he brought Aronson on, who's been electric, for the last 5 minutes, I thought, oh my God, it's going to be another fucking Jesse Marsh-Rodriguez situation here where he comes on against fucking Accrington Stanley and gets injured. But yeah, no, I did quite enjoyed it because I didn't care about result. I still wanted to win. I didn't want to lose, but we just knocked it up another gear, didn't we, in that second half? I thought we were pretty poor first half, and then but best team won on the day, didn't they? You know, there was levels. There was levels. They had a couple of decent players though, who gave a good run out. The lad on the left wing. Yeah, he looked quite handy. I couldn't remember. I honestly could not tell you one of Derby's players anymore. I don't think.
No.
But yeah, quite enjoyed it, and nice to be in the. Well, we're not in the draw for the next round, but we've got Birmingham away in the next round, haven't we?
We do indeed. Yes. Hoping for not another 5-4 in our favour, if you wouldn't mind. Just for the old ticker, if you don't mind. I just want to talk a little bit about that first half. It was very kind of shit.
Very kind of shit.
When we missed the penalty,
God, yeah.
I nearly turned around to me bro and said, we're probably going to lose this now because, like you mentioned, Smarty, it was typical Leeds, wasn't it? To get a penalty, step up, miss it, and then literally concede 2.5 minutes later. This, like, you couldn't fucking write it. But I think one of the highlights of probably the overall game for me personally was I know it was against lower opposition, but Willie's performance was very good. I thought he got around the place quite well. Deserved his goal in the second half. And one of the things that I thought worked quite well was him and Pirro linking up together. But let's be honest, Pirro didn't have his worst game for Leeds, but again, it was against Derby County, and he's not really kind of painted himself in glory there. Luke, what do you reckon?
Who's that? Sorry,
would that be about Pirro? Like,
yeah, I thought
Willie initially probably had like a good 90 minutes, or however long he was on for, but Pirro was a bit wet rag.
Yeah, I think if he bags that penalty, we probably have a bit slightly different conversation, because the step over and to know that Willie was behind him, for that doesn't come naturally. You either know where somebody is there, or you take a chance, and you know, he knew where Willie was, and he was very intelligent for him to do that. But I don't think he was great. I thought this was the type of game we might see the best of him as well. You know, not played for a while, and he should have been giving a headache to Daniel Farker on the back of it in some shape or form, whether that's playing behind or with Dominic Calvert-Lewin or instead of it. But ultimately, I don't think he is a Premiership player. He's one of these players that's going to be too good for the champ, but not good enough for the Prem. You know, and he's probably always going to sit in that sort of bracket. He's still relatively young though, so he has got time to mature a little bit. I think he's sort of mid-20s, 25, 24, and he could come better, but he's just a bit static. He doesn't really, he jumps like he's got lead in his boots, and all the things that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is, Joel Pirro isn't, I think. So it makes, we have to change pretty much everything to put a Pirro into the side if we were to play him in the Premier League. So it just creates more of a headache, and the fact that he's not had a really good performance against a poor Derby side just says to me that I would be looking. I mean, I know we've had news today that he's not going anywhere. It might have been yesterday that it's not likely he's going to go anywhere. That could be us just playing hardball to see what offers we get from the Championship, and I hope it is, because I think 10 million is probably more valuable to us than Joel Pirro right now.
That's a fair assumption. Scooby would beg to differ. He says away 2 assists. Yeah, you can. It still highlights for me that he didn't have the best of games against a poor opposition, and he's not going to get an easier opposition than that for the rest of the season in the Premier League, really, regardless of whether it's Wolves, West Ham, Bournemouth, whoever, like, you know. And I'm not slating the man, like he, you know, I don't know if it's 2 assists. One was a shot, and the rebound was kind of put in by Tanaka, and you give him the kudos for the intelligent play. All right, yeah. I
think if he scores those two, though, if he buries that, and he scores the penalty, and then he does the step up, we're having a very, very different conversation. So we're talking a matter of millimeters and inches from. But when you put Joe Pirou in your team, you expect him to be scoring your goals, don't you? You know, that's what his game is. And you know, some of the chances he had you expect him to be scoring them, and certainly from the penalty spot, you back him sort of 99 times out of 100, and that just happened to be. It was a poor penalty. He shaped himself completely wrongly. I could see where he was going before he hit it, and it was just a very. And I think that's probably why we're saying it's a poor performance based on what we've seen him do against teams like Derby County and against teams at the bottom or the lower end of the Championship, and they were the games when he was a bit of a flat track bully, and you know he would get a couple of goals, 2 or 3 goals here and there. So. Yeah, it probably doesn't help that he wasn't sharp. He hasn't played a lot of football. There's probably a lot of reasons. The opportunity he had against Newcastle right at the end, he probably buries that if he's been playing regularly. He puts that in the top bins.
Potentially,
but he just puts too much behind it. Do you know? So we might be being overly critical, but I still maintain that 10, 12, 15 million, whatever we're going to get for him, is going to be far more valuable for us in this transfer market.
That's a fair assumption. Smarty, yourself, I just want to flash up a Steve Brown comment. Pirou offers more than Okafor, in my opinion. What's your take on that
one? We need more context from Steve Brown, I think, because off the back
of a few performances
off the back of a few performances that we've seen, Pirou in the Premier League versus Okafor, absolutely nowhere near as long as I have a hole in my ass would I prefer Pirou over Okafor. I agree with most of what Luke said, you know, but what we've got to remember is that he was playing a very mid-championship team, and we would expect players like Nonto, because I've had a conversation with a few people today. Nonto had a really good game, but I would expect him to have a really good game against, you know, those sort of middle championship teams. We should have absolutely steamrolled them with that frigging with that team that we put out against Derby. You know, typically, when we played them in the league last year with arguably a worse team, we absolutely smashed them from here to frigging, you know, Kingdom Come. So we should have absolutely destroyed them, and it took us a whole half to get going. And it just, you know, it's just one of them. But I've heard people say, "Oh, do we now start Nanto up front?" No, because again, we're basing these performances and this decision on a game versus mid championship level sort of players. I'm happy that we saw Pirou playing well. I don't really agree with the whole he's not played much football stuff that a few people have said, because he's playing football every single day. I agree that he's not probably got his match fitness, but hitting shots and doing the general basics he should be absolutely fucking doing. He's playing against some of the best fucking players that we've had for quite some time in the Premier League. He should be absolutely nailing them. So yeah, you know, but it's good to see him, and it'll get more opportunities should we go further in the cup. Birmingham's going to be a bit of a sticky fixture for us, but yeah, all in all, some decent performances, some absolutely wank ones. Jack Harrison, namely, very poor. You know, very, very poor.
His crossing was absolutely shocking.
Jesus Christ. Really bad. Really bad.
Honestly,
even Calvert-Lewin had struggled to get hold of some of them.
Yeah, his dead balled corners. As soon as he took his first corner, I was like, "Oh, first man, here we come!" And what did he fucking do? First man, here we go. And then every other cross was ballooned to the back post for some bizarre reason. Like it's like he'd lost all composure on how to play football. Really, like you know. Bryn, our friend here in the comments says, "Shame for Nanto that Aronson is on fire. He has to start off DCL, but Nanto should be first sub on." What do you make of that? We do have an old chat with Bryn here and there about particular football matters and whatnot. But what are you making of that one there, Luke?
Nanto's had his opportunities for me, and he's been relatively poor. When he's been given him in the Premier League, I thought he was good at the weekend. In fact, probably the man of the match for me. But I think, I don't think it's even a case of Aronson doing so well. The fact that he's keeping him out of the team, we don't really play with wingers anymore.
True. So I said this as well.
So we, you know, he was people will say, well, he played right wing back. He didn't, because we were playing a team that wasn't attacking. I think you look at the attacking momentum, we were attacking for 80% of that game, and we're always going to be attacking for 80% of that game. You stick Willie Gnonto in that position in the Premier League, and we get absolutely eaten alive. Absolutely eaten alive. So, yeah, no, I agree that Aronson's keeping him out of the team. I'm assuming Bryn means to play him off the back of DCL, but not for me at all. I'd rather play Okafor or even Metcher off the back of DCL before Gnonto.
Oh no, that's absolutely fair. I don't know if I agree fully with you say that Gnonto's been poor when he's come on. I don't think he's been poor, has he really, though? Come on, he's got 3 or 4 assists already this season?
Yeah, I don't think he's been
assists.
poor. I think he's just. I think people expect him to make an instant impact. You know, and remember the Willie Gnonto of old, and obviously he's carrying some credit from last season as well. But like I said, I don't think he's made as much of an impact as we expected. But it is a completely different league. It's a much tougher league, much better opposition. You know, so he's not going to do. But I don't mind seeing Gnonto coming on. Yeah. You know, I do. You know, when he comes on, I think, oh, he could actually create something here. He likes to get stuck in and stuff. So it's not a bad option to bring off the bench.
Oh no,
he's got one assist all season.
1 assist. Sorry, my bad.
1 assist in the league, and he's got no goals.
So he's got like 312 minutes or something though.
He's played 331 minutes, but still, you'd expect him to get at least a goal in 331 minutes. He's not even had a shot on target, I don't think.
I think he's played all right when he's come on, to be fair. I don't think he's been...
He's not had a single shot on target in 331 minutes. Like, bear in mind, this is Willie Gnonto. Bear in mind, this is Willie Gnonto, who was probably our best player that season we went down in the Premier League. Off that left wing or right wing, wherever he played, he was probably our best player, and it was give it to Willie. Let's hope something happens. And he was probably our best player that season.
We didn't really have an awful lot to look for either, though, did we?
No, but you know, we still had, you know, the likes of Rodrigo playing for us then, and amongst others. So. I think I'm probably not. Maybe I'm being overly harsh, but if Willie Gnonto wants to get his players back in the starting lineup in any shape, any capacity, then he's simply got to do more. Like, you can't be playing in an attacking position and not have a single shot on target all season. Even he started 4 games.
Fair. Can't argue with that. Like, I still don't think he's done that badly. Like, to be fair, but anyway, the Derby keeper got man of the match for them. Apparently, pulled off a great penalty save, but it was a poor penalty. Then he pulled off a good save, but then he fucked it up and fell straight to Tanaka. So, if that's a Leeds keeper, do you think does he get the praise that the Derby fans are putting on their keeper? Either he, because we've had keeper issues recently, you know, with Perry and that.
I think we've had. I mean, Meslier has put some decent performances in, you know, in Championship when we've played against decent opposition in cups and stuff. You know, we've been absolutely battered many times, and he's done fairly well. I suppose when you're not really expecting to win, as most Derby fans didn't expect to win. You know, I suppose it's damage limitation in it, and he did what he could do. I mean, he did put in some decent saves, you know, like you've already said. But I suppose as long as you're not getting an absolute arse in, which they didn't really, then you've got to kind of give kudos to the keeper. You know, so it's one of them, innit?
Swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Luke, just on the keeper scenario, do you think it's kind of an easy out for Farke when Perry's under a little bit of pressure with certain performances that it's the FA Cup, we're going to play Karl Darlow, it's fine, it's, you know, it is what it is, this is what we always do. But do you think is there a little bit of doubt in Farke's mind around Perry, and do you think is there the possibility of Darlow ever coming back in?
Absolutely. I think there's he's publicly outed him twice now this season already. Firstly against who did we play when he came out and didn't? Was it Sunderland? No, It was
Man United.
Cunha. Yeah, it was Scum. Yeah, it was Scum. Yeah. He outed him then and said, look, he should be one or the other. If he stays on his line, they don't score. And then secondly, he's done it again straight after Newcastle. So I think for me, there absolutely is a place for Dal Carlo to come back in, because he doesn't fancy him. And look, I appreciate every player has, has different motivational techniques and prefers to be motivated in different ways and whatnot. But some players need a slap on the arse. Some players need telling the shite, basically, and they need to improve. And ultimately, Daniel Farke will know who needs what, because he used to hold Mensley's hand after poor performances and say he's the best goalkeeper in the league, and he was very, very different with Ilya Meslier, if you remember. So yeah, it's one of them. I absolutely think that there's an opportunity for even Meslier to come back in.
Fucking Jesus Christ, right. No.
I'm not suggesting that's what I do, but I don't think the number one spot is solid as we expect, and I don't think it's beyond all possibilities that we might see Ilya Meslier in goal this season.
Jesus Christ!
I will transfer.
Could you imagine the lineup?
Savings if we fucking see Meslier fucking unless there's many injuries. But by choice over Dalot and fucking Perry. Absolutely fucking not.
Clip that.
Jesus wept.
That's a bold statement to make there, Smarty. I
don't think it is. He's been completely bombed out of fucking squad. He's not even properly training with first team anymore, is he? So let's. Yeah. I think.
Is he not?
Yeah. I've heard that he's not. I've heard that he's not playing like proper first team stuff.
You might have jinxed the whole injury scenario there, what you just.
I think even Cairns would get a spot before Meslier, mate. If I'm honest.
Fucking hell, he hasn't played in about how long?
Last time
3 years.
Yeah.
Here's a bit of history for you though. Last time we played Newcastle away, when we got a draw on New Year's Eve, Ilya Meslier was the man of the match.
Yeah, he did have some good games, but
but there were few and far between, weren't there?
There is nowhere you will see Ilya Meslier in a fucking Leeds shirt ever again. And in in less than 6 months, in 5 months' time, you'll be seeing that'll be it. Bonjour, bon voyage, and the rest.
See you later. Yeah.
See ya, pal.
Bryn is here saying Darlow in both cup games hasn't covered himself in glory. Perry will start versus Fulham, but Farke laid marker down. Shape up, considering his pedigree and reputation from Brazil and Lyon. That's fair enough. Oh,
I think he's doing something technical by looks.
Oh right, yeah.
Just me and you for now.
Bryn's got a good point there. But at the same time, I was kind of. I was thinking, is it a tough love scenario with Perry? It's not going to be a hold your hand. It's going to be.
I don't think Farke wanted him, did he?
Love.
He's not one of Farke's. He wasn't one of Farke's signings. I think he were kind of a I'll meet you halfway sort of job between him and recruitment. I think I think Farke had identified one. I think the recruitment had identified another, and they kind of met halfway and said, "This guy will do." However, and listen, I'm not one to berate Perry too much because I think he is a quite good keeper. Some of his shot stopping is brilliant, and his instant reactionary stuff. Against who do we play at home last? Well, it's Scum. I mean, one of the saves he made against Scum, like literally instant reaction stuff. He's good. I think his footwork lets him down, and it looks like when I've got fucking Michael Flatley in kitchen, Barry the pug. If you heard that.
Barry. It's my dad's name.
Yeah.
Baz the pug.
Baz. My Baz. I just think when obviously there's a lot of players around him. Sometimes I think, oh Jesus Christ, this could go absolutely anywhere, and other times he looks cool as a cucumber. And yes, I get that he's getting used to the league and the fast pace of the league and stuff. But against Scum when he came flying out to Cunha, there's no way he should have been anywhere near coming out there, or he should have at least got there quicker. He didn't need to come out that quickly, and the goals against Newcastle were I've already said in the B&C for Newcastle that I didn't really. I can sympathise with him a little bit because I think he saw it late, and I don't think he expected Barnes to get a shot away like he did and through that sea of bodies. So I'm not going to go in on him that much against it, as much as other people have called him a fat arsehole and you're shit and you're useless, blah blah blah. you're in front of a wall of bodies, and you're not expecting someone to fucking handle the ball and twist on a frigging 5p and sling one in. You know, at quite a fast pace as well. It was a difficult stop to make. So it's one of them. So yeah,
you say it was difficult.
I think he'll be.
I think the up to XG.
I don't look into XG. I don't look.
I know you don't. But
it's
86%.
Hold on here now, Mister. You don't like the tactical little.
I can't stand
there,
it.
But
I do like it when it suits
using.
somebody.
When it suits me.
Whenever it suits Luke's narrative, is absolutely all for it. Basically,
of course it is. Why wouldn't I?
That's fucking brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Right, lads, I think we've torn the arse out of that Fulham chat there. No, it was not a convincing 3-1. Yeah, the Derby chat. Wasn't a convincing. Could have been a lot more convincing, but fuck it, a win's a win, I guess, and on to the next round of Birmingham away. We'll just go through a few comments here, Smarty. Apparently, I have some starred here, so I'll just go through them real quick. All right. We have our mate Paul Brennan in the comments here. Another Don Reevy ace, sadly passed away. R.I.P. Terry, what a humble man, gone, never forgotten. All Leeds, aren't we? Yep. Very sad. Poor old Gabby had to run off of match of the day when the news broke, unfortunately. So, condolences to the family. Mark Barlow 4296. Here for some Rat Harrison banter. The passenger is hopefully gone soon. He deserves a Stoke or a Preston over Florence, mind. Florence is too cultured for Harrison. Far too cultured for Harrison.
Agree. But they've got more money than Stoke or Preston, probably.
Yeah.
This is.
Do you know what the beauty? Yeah. Do you know the beauty of where we're all sat right now is that Gilly hated Aronson, absolutely hated him. I still probably does, and used to sing the shit out of Harrison's ass.
Sing the shit out of Harrison's ass. If that ain't a clip for one of the new intros, I've fucking hell.
Clip that.
Hellfire.
Clip that.
But he did. He used to love. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jack.
Sing the shit out of Harrison's ass. What a belting line that is.
But you know what? He used to sing his praises. Basically, is what I was trying to say with that. But he used to, and don't get me wrong, Harrison has had some fantastic performances for us. But karma is all I will say. And things can change overnight in football, can't they? And now look at the performances Aronson's putting in, and then. In contrast, look at obviously fucking dick face, rat face Harrison.
If you stick around to the end of the podcast when the outro's been playing, you will hear exactly what my thoughts are about Jack Harrison, because it's exactly who I am talking about right at the end.
Right at your little ranty
He's a perfect little shithouse, and I hate him.
I hate him.
Bryn's a brilliant one here. I mean, Luke Gilly has been forced to backtrack more than fucking Starmer on his player comment.
He has this year.
Jesus Christ.
Mate,
he didn't rate Raf and Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Originally, he didn't. But the backtracking, the moonwalking, Michael Jackson, fucking U-turn that we've managed to beg out of friggin' Aronson from him is just worth all of the shit that he's given him all season for the last few seasons. The fact that he's giving him man of the match and he's actually starting to say, he's playing well and stuff is just fucking.
Yes,
gold.
Bryn, another one. Rothwell kicked off in the summer when we signed in.
He did slate Rothwell.
There's quite a few. Like the archives are definitely there. But look, he's admitted his wrongs there now over Aronson over the last couple of weeks, and he can't really knock him anymore.
Has he done it publicly though, or just?
He's done it on here.
How is it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Actually,
he's done it on here, but he hasn't put it on any social media platform now, mind.
Well, he won't do, will he? He won't want that clipped. Even though I did say, clip this or whatever. I didn't do anything with the Newcastle B&C clips. Should have done. In fact, I might have a scan through and just save it. we might have to do like We'll just get a little video reel going together of Gilly slating him to fuck, and then right at the very end singing his praises. That'd be quite amusing,
there's a page at the bottom now on YouTube where you can actually watch it and clip bits as you go along. There's a clip button, so fancy doing that. We can give it a lash. We've got Scooby here.
Karl, I hate to break it to you, Karl, but you've been able to clip YouTube for the last 10 years.
makes no odds to me, man. I'm just putting it out there.
Karl's laptop's still fucking powered by Steam, mate.
Don't tell Karl, but there's a Ghostbusters movie coming out, Smarty.
Is there? Like, is that the one with the marshmallow man? Is it the Stay Puft Country? Yeah. So Scooby's here in the comments by far from Cheech's best game. I assume he's talking about Pirro there. In fact, I think I could say he was poor. However, he hit the post, missed a pen, had a nice shot that set up a second, and the leave for the first was kind of sweet. So, in. It's mad, isn't it? It's like the argument is Jaffa cake, a cake or a biscuit. Like this is basically the comment, isn't it? Like it's, you know, he's given all these good things, but he was still very poor. Like
it's crazy, isn't it? So yeah.
I love the fact that you have to turn detective to try and decipher what half of these people write as well. Sometimes that fucks with my brain. I'm going to be honest. Scoob had to read it about 3 times.
I'm just surprised.
From Cheech's best game, go. In fact. Fucking, it's like you scattercashed a few apostrophes in there as well, a few commas. There you go, get some grammar in you, and leave
break it up
for the
man.
first.
Give us a chance to breathe in between.
Go on.
Nice 60 in the chat. Come on. Right, another one here from CB25. Anyone going to Harrison's leaving party?
We're hosting it.
He'll be gone before we play Fulham, though, won't he? So
he's gone. I
guess
think
this is it.
He's done.
Is this it?
Arrivederci.
Ciao. Yeah, so this is the party for him. Bryn, Nonto hasn't played a second striker off a proper target man this season. Now, this is a conversation that I think probably, you know,
he's never played as a second striker for us.
Hold on a second.
That's why.
Hold on a second. He's never had the opportunity, is what Bryn is saying, regardless of the season we're looking at him in.
Also, let me just get this straight. Let me just get this straight.
Do you not think he'd be all right playing off a big man?
Wait.
Potentially.
Speak.
Potentially. But no, I won't let him speak because
I'm on about Karl to you because I just want to listen to you kick off. It's wonderful.
It would be absolutely absurd to try this out when we didn't even try it in the Championship, to then suggest even slightly that we should be doing this in a season that could be defining of our next decade. If we stay out this year, we will reinvest, and we will certainly we will not make the same mistake we did under Rads and not reinvest, is what I'm trying to say. We hope. However, to start trying and having these experiments, shall we say, that Willie Nonto can play as a second striker, it's absolutely absurd.
Although
nuts.
Marcelo used to like an experiment, didn't he?
Well, he did like to bring fucking Dan James
on. He liked to play Dan James up front, and he liked to play Robin Clark in centre mid.
Tyler Roberts coming on at 60 minutes every week.
Tyler Roberts as a footballer.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Maybe try it in training.
That's fair. Just throwing it out there. This is why we do the comments. And the final one is Kenneth Clement 2963. Curious your thoughts.
That's Ken from Wisconsin.
Ken, how you doing, man? Curious your
thoughts. He's not from New York.
He's not from New Jersey.
Fucking no, man. They all sound the same.
Get the coffee.
You know what I mean? Curious your thoughts on top priority if we actually sign anyone this window. I'll come to you first, Smarty. What position do you feel we should be strengthening in?
Interesting. I think if you'd have asked me before, we'd have seen a bit more of Justin. Another bit of cover at the right/left wing back position, but I think he's doing really, really well. I'm really, really impressed with Justin. I thought he's been playing really, really well.
Why do you call him James Justin? No matter
Justin
what,
James.
it's just James.
James.
You don't just call him Justin, do you? It's weird. It's one of them names like Dan James. You don't just call him James.
Yeah, because it's a first name. And it sounds stupid.
Because I just do what I want.
Yeah, I think so.
It's weird. It's weird. It's like you say, those two first names. It's just fucking stupid, isn't it? But there you go. Hey, it's like being called Richard. Are you being called your last name or your first name? Who knows? So yeah, I think another striker to complement Calvert-Lewin, because I'm still on thin ice regarding whether he'll be getting injured or not. Because you can fucking bet your bottom dollar, as soon as that little transfer window closes,
that's always the way, isn't it?
That it will happen.
Yeah.
I would like, even if it's just a loan, I'd like to see if we can get someone a little bit more creative for the midfield. I think Tanaka has hot and cold games. You want someone that's probably a little bit more reliable, but again, it's kind of wishful thinking with the loan transfer. It's going to be slim pickings, I think. So I think we'll probably see cover in certain positions that we may or may not be slightly light in. I don't think we're going to be making any groundbreaking discoveries or groundbreaking signings. It'll just be more cover for other positions, I think.
Yeah. Luke, I saw, probably, obviously, Twitter.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Fucking look what the cat dragged in.
Oh, hello.
Young Daniel.
Who was the other lad? Who was the other lad that we always used to almost sign? The lad who was at Derby, the striker.
Trevin. Oh.
And people said he'd seen him in Leeds.
Oh, not Wine.
Oh, yeah.
German or something.
Weimann.
Little lad.
Weimann.
What Austrian.
Yeah.
Was it Weimann?
Yeah,
I think it was Weimann,
wasn't it? Where he's meant to be sitting in bleeding City Square outside.
Vidra. No, it wasn't Vidra.
Vidra.
I think it was Vidra. It was Vidra, I think.
Yeah,
it was Vidra. I knew it began with a V.
It was Vidra.
But yeah, Luke. Hull. You're just saying just words now, like bleeding Rick from Anchorman.
I love Lamp.
I love Lamp. Loud noises. Can you? I fucking lost my train of thought there. No.
Yes, the player that I was thinking of, the position is probably a centre back. If we are to play with 3 at the back now, as we intend to, Bornau's done all right. He has not done bad, but with 3 at the back, we're then reliant on moving Ampadu out of his position, then back into the back 3 again. I think if we do get any further injuries or suspensions and things, I think the lad we're looking at, is it Dioki or something from Berlin. Germany? Yeah, from over in Germany is Dioki or something like that. So yeah, I think it's sensible to be looking at another centre back. Ideally, we would like to see some more creative players and strikers, but are you realistically going to get a striker to come in for us and sit on a bench with the view to potentially DCL getting injured and there's lots of possibilities and things that would have to happen for him to get, unless we sign somebody like, I don't know, Erling Haaland or something like that, but somebody real class. But we're not going to do that in this window. We're going to, as Smarty says, we're going to be looking to bolster and strengthen in depth, I think, to get us through to the end of the season.
Yeah, I saw a rumor online that James McAtee could be looking to leave on a loan move potentially from Nottingham Forest. Would you take him as kind of an attacking option, even though he'd be more attacking than defensive minded, perhaps?
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah. Try him out, can't you, for Karl?
That Buonanotte isn't getting any game time at Chelsea.
He can't play for us anyway, because he's played for Brighton anyway, hasn't he, this season?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what?
So that's that, folks. Because I was saying a few weeks ago, like Buonanotte.
He played in the cup, didn't he, the other day as well?
Yeah. Part of me wants to thinks, ha, fuck you shithouse. I hope you rot. Because I mean that's just karma, isn't it? It's just wonderful karma.
Imagine being a club sending all your youth out on loan, a club and then bringing him in from Brighton on loan not to play. It's just fucking mad, isn't it? Just
stupid. He went there for Champions League football and didn't even
Champions League football and then didn't get
didn't even get in the squad.
Absolutely class.
I think he did get in the squad though in the end, didn't he? Because somebody got injured and they made a.
By default, it doesn't really say a lot, does it?
No,
mind you, he might get more time under. Rossinieri, or what's his name?
Rossinieri? He's not fucking Italian. Rossinieri. That's like calling you.
That's AC Milan.
Carluccio.
Anyway, yeah, might get more game time under him. You never know. So we're gonna go and do a bit of this now at the moment. Luke, are you all right to sort out the usual?
Hey, has got a shit tick this week, my little spat of fact.
I tried to get a few shit takes. There's one particular chap in these bunch of shit takes who gets quite a kicking from a few people for one of his opinions.
Probably right.
Can't hear you, Luke. You're on mute, man. You're still on mute, man.
He's talking to one of the kids, I think.
Oh right, Jesus Christ.
I can tell.
Sorry, sorry, gents.
It's the dad sense. I can tell.
Yeah. It's like a Spidey sense. It's just for dads.
Yeah.
Sound. You got me out of a pickle there. I was going to keep saying, "You're fucking on mute. You're fucking on mute." Right. So should we start here anyway? Matt Hill. This is poor old Matt. Matt gets quite a few replies from quite a few people in after his comment. He basically says Pirro has done more in this game than Ymecha has all season. I'll leave that with you all. Now I think he was asking for it. So we all love Leeds coming in a reply going, Mecha scored 4 goals in the Premier League. Pirro was playing against a mid-table championship team. I do like Pirro though, but he's so weak physically. Matt Hill says his feet and link-up play are so good. Would love to see him up front. Here's the DCL crack here, and Gilly has tagged it as shit take of the week. I think the shit take is Matt's. Like I just felt the need to.
Yeah.
I
think poor Matt has just fallen down the hole of what everyone sees with their eyes, and rather engaging the first brain cell has gone, oh, he's playing fantastic. We need to start him straight away, and it's just like, well, no, that's not how it's going to happen, is it? No. Let's contrast that with some actual facts, and the facts that we're playing a fucking really shit championship team in Derby County against really really good teams like your Liverpools and your Newcastles and those that are playing in the Champions League every week or most weeks. So poor Matt, like most people, like most of the victims that fall foul of shit take of the week, have not engaged their little tiny brains.
Yes,
unfortunately,
this seems to be an issue, and then we got blamed for pointing.
It's not really a shit take, but it kind of just. I think it's just Matt's just being a little bit naive there. I think.
Yeah.
I think the fact that he mentions that he's offered more than him.
I think that's the shit take. I think definitely.
Yeah.
That's definitely the part of the shit take. We have a Derby County fan here. Says excellent. Leeds much the better side, but Anthony Taylor gave them every 50-50 decision. I don't know what fucking match that dude was watching, but I didn't really see every 50-50 going our way. Did you boys?
Can't say I did, if I'm honest.
No.
Can't say I did.
Really, honestly. Big Lou, thanks for tagging that. And then he's responded with @shitbeard of the week. Hashtag pube face. Lou, I think he deserves a bit more of a kicking after that.
Wow. That's shitbeard of the week. Excellent. We need to get an account with shitbeard of the week and start.
I'd win every week, man. Have you seen the fucking state of mine? Like, Jesus Christ. Absolutely.
Well, mine's not to fucking write home about, mate. But yeah, that's yeah. Yours is one of them sort of patchy pube facey kind of. It's like when you're going bald and you just need to shave it off and keep it just shaved off. Like
mine has recently been kissed by the cat milk.
The cat milk.
What?
It started to get.
You mean is it starting to go grey? The cat milk. Yeah, that's in reference to Jay, innit? Jay's been drinking the cat milk. Yeah. I get you.
You can imagine Jay a bit like that politician that was on Big Brother, can't you? Just going around going,
George Osborne.
George Osborne. Jay Osborne.
Yeah, Jay Osborne.
Fucking Jay going round with his little tail on, like meowing at people and drinking little milk from little saucers.
Let's see if you're in the chat now, Jay, you twat.
Jesus Christ.
Come and defend yourself.
For those of you that are new to the pod, I don't know if there is any new. Jay also does the Orta No Better pod and tends to get a bit of abuse sometimes, but sometimes it's justified. We have another one here from Matt, just another reply, because I thought the replies were quite good, and it was also tagged on the shit take of the week.
Meowing on together with Jay.
Man. So, Don Willioni. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. I'm fucking going with that.
You're the Italian here. You tell us.
That's not a real fucking name. I don't know if this is bait or not, but Pirro was shite. Kept losing possession. Runs like he's wearing Doc Martens. Pen was shite and all. I love him in the champ, but he's gash now. So, yeah, that's a fairly two-footed challenge there in on poor old Matt. I just thought it was funny, just the replies that Matt was getting.
Poor
like, you know what I mean?
Are we still on the same fucking shit take here, or what? We've gone back one.
No. I've just put in a reply
Just
or two
another
because
reply.
there was very little in
Matt's
in the way
taking
of
hits.
shit takes.
He's in the trenches, his poor Matt, after his shit take. He's taking hits left, right, and centre.
This is what I'm saying. Like, so I thought it was just funny, you know. I think the Doc Martin ones there is quite accurate. Doc Martens and treacle.
It's like he's wearing diving boots is one I've seen as well.
Yeah, those old school ones where they're like on the bottom of the ocean, innit? The fucking big heavy brass yokes when they're in the suit and all. That'd be fucking funny. Which gets Dax Bird to do a few of them photo edits of Pirro in the old heavy metal boots, you know.
Jay's boots.
Yeah, last one from the kicking that Matt's getting here. No, I've done that one already. I don't know why that's in there
Oh,
twice.
fucking hell, Karl. Come on, sort it out, mate.
I sorted it out, mate.
Oh, Cal.
This one from a Palace fan. It's not a Leeds related one, but it is very much a shit take. Macclesfield fans must be fuming with how strong we've gone. Laughing my arse off. 1.3 million people saw that after, you know, they got their arses handed to them. That's a tough one to live down. That like there's a lot of bookmarks there. Look at that.
There's a lot of receipts there, isn't there?
There's a lot of receipts.
And I love a receipt. Yeah. I keep many receipts. But that's a belter, is that? That is an absolute belter.
I started pulling some up the other day from Ipswich Town.
No,
I've got some from Ipswich. There's like a Scandinavian or a Norwegian writer or something.
Yes. Yeah.
I've got a couple of his saved. In fact, I've already gone in on him on over one already.
Oh, have you?
So is it Jack Taylor there, right back or left back? He's now been. There's talk of him going to.
It'll be the right
somebody's
back,
shit anyway. I can't remember, somewhere near Charlton, I think it was, down near the bottom. And then so I had to drag all the tweets up of him saying Leeds are falling apart and all this because when they got promoted. And then his first game in the Premier League, he got a red card, scored an own goal, and fucking had the worst performance ever. So I went in on him the other day. But anyway, moving on. Sorry,
I'm having to do a fair bit of scrolling here. Oh, I've got some Leicester stuff here as well. Yeah,
Jesus, right. And then the final one. It is another reply. Stop taking drugs, he says to Matt Hill at Sora Leeds. In a dominant championship side last season, Pirro only scored in 13 games. 6 of his 19 goals came against Stoke. He's bang average at best. Still shit take from Matt, to be fair.
that's a nice receipt actually. I've got a Leicester fan saying I can't remember it's something reply, but
is that it for the shit take of the week? Let me just get the poll going.
Enjoy instant relegation.
Please.
Love this.
Sorry, we were a bit light on the ground for the old shit takes there now this week. So again, if anybody in the comments sees any shit takes, please feel free to tag everybody asunder and make sure you screenshot it as well, because people have started deleting their tweets. So if you do,
poll is live.
Poll is live. Thanks very much. Get
the poll,
please. Right. We'll move on to Fulham this weekend, lads. Luke, are you going to have time to watch the game this time, are you? Or is there something?
Yeah, mate. It's only been recently, just with the house and that.
I wasn't asking to give you shit. I was genuinely asking, will you have time?
Yeah, I'm hoping I will certainly have time this weekend. Saturday, is it? Saturday, Sunday? Saturday?
It is Saturday at 3 o'clock, would you believe?
Saturday, 3 o'clock, which would be nice.
Off.
So, yeah, no, I'll certainly have time this weekend. I've now fully moved in. I've just still got the odd box here and there and a couple of curtain poles and bits and bobs to go up now. But last little bit of decorating done, and then I'll be back on it a little bit because I haven't been to a game. I think Spurs was the last game I went to this season.
It's been a while.
And that was right up there, right near the start. So I'm not even been able to get up there. So hopefully once everything's sorted, finances and that, I should be at a few more games. But I'll be definitely watching. And yeah, I think
How do you fancy
this
it
is
now?
probably. I fancy us. I do fancy us. Certainly, if we continue the way we've been playing, you look out of our last 8 games, we've 9 games. I think we've only been beaten twice. We probably should have got at least a point at Newcastle, and arguably maybe a point at City with that second half performance. So look, we've had some tough fixtures in there as well. Yeah. If we could continue playing the way we are and continue the form, and this is now our style, this is how we play with this playing squad, and it isn't just a flash in the pan, then I mean 9-10 games, it isn't a flash in the pan, is it? So we'll see. I think for me, I'm happy with how things have turned around since that second half at City. And look, you look at the results in there, and there's arguably games in there that we could have taken more points from. We probably should have beaten Scum. Probably should have beaten Newcastle. But we're sitting where we are, and this will certainly be a positive if we can go and take all 3 points at the weekend, which I think we might do, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah. Smarty, we were very unlucky down at Craven Cottage with that bizarre Gabby Goodmanson own goal. I think Luke's got a great point there, because we should be getting 3 points here on Saturday with the style of play we're implementing. I don't think many teams actually quite... I know we say about Ellen Road and all that, and they don't like coming to Ellen Road, but I genuinely don't think they like playing against this system that we're employing at the moment, or
Nobody
deploying
does.
rather. And I think I think I share Luke's kind of optimism there, and I do think it'll be 3 points this weekend. What about yourself?
I think so, yeah. There's no reason why we can't beat them at home. I had a quick look at their results this afternoon, actually, just out of interest. And some of the results that they've had, especially against teams that we've recently played in this last stretch, they beat Chelsea, which is no major shakes at the minute because they're a bit absolutely all over the place. They drew 2-2 against Liverpool. They drew against Crystal Palace. They've beat West Ham 1-0. They beat Forest 1-0. They lost to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, so it's not really classed. They only just narrowly beat Burnley. They lost against Palace, and they got absolutely fucking wet wiped. Even though they did put up a decent performance right at the beginning of December against City, they're still, so they're there for the taking. I thought we did okay against them down at Craven Cottage. Craven Cottage not being the best place that we tend to go to, we don't really get many results from there. So, like I say, it's the whole.
Where do you think
thing.
they are in the league?
I think they're 14th.
I think they're like 9th, aren't they?
The 9th. I thought they were much lower, Karl. I thought they were much lower.
Yeah.
Jesus, but you've just mentioned a lot of results there, Smarty. They don't reflect the fucking. They don't reflect.
But the thing is, if you have a decent enough
currently.
start, which they did, they were doing all right at the start of the season. They kind of plateaued a little bit, and these little 3 points here and a point there are big. So if we'd have turned some of our 1-pointers into 3-pointers, we'd have been way above where we are now.
Yeah.
It's the fine margins in it. But at Ellen Road, it's a completely different kettle of fish. You are coming into a very... Well, obviously, we lost against Newcastle, but again, it was a very good performance on the back of a lot of games. The team was very... I mean, you could see they were absolutely knackered, dead on the feet. We've had a good game. We've rested a few players for Derby. We'll have a week's worth of rest now, so we should have a very, very fresh squad ready to go at these and really, hopefully, put them to the sword. Now... They're in a mid sort of table position. They didn't get there by accident, so there's a chance that they could, turn us over. They're not an absolutely shit team, Fulham. They have got some good players. It'll be interesting to see how Mr. Wilson fares against us. Yeah. That'll be one certainly to watch. But yeah, there's no reason why we can't get three points on Saturday. I'd definitely be more on the 3 points than the one or the loss.
Yeah.
In their last 7 Premier League games, they've played 3 teams. 3 of their wins out of their 4 have come from teams below us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of.
And our form
No.
and the way we're playing at the minute does not necessarily dictate as to where our league position is either. You know, we're playing much better football than what our league position would dictate.
Yeah, we shouldn't have drawn with Bournemouth. That was sloppy towards the end of that to concede in the last 2 or 3 minutes. The amount of Spurs fans I've spoken to that said we should have absolutely hockeyed them. And you know, like you said, Smarty, it is small margins, very small. Bryn is in the comments here. He said 11 away points this season for Fulham. Not bad on the road, to be fair. Yeah, but the top side on the road came to Ellen Road and they got absolutely feckin' spanked 4-1. So I get your point, but at the same time, that means bugger all when you look at how we
Away form means
Crystal
fuck all at
Palace.
Ellen Road.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not slating the point Bryn's making. I'm just saying.
No. It's fact. It's a fact. What he
it's one
said.
of those, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
just
not,
that, you
it's
know,
not a
he
pleasant
likes
place
to.
come.
Yeah, he likes to say a few facts as Bryn, but facts mean fuck all most of the time. Especially
and the
when
one
it's
thing. Sorry, Smarty.
No, it's alright, mate. You go.
The one thing I was going to say as well there is there's been a lot of talk around their manager, whether he's going to stay, whether he's going to leave. There's been, it's been a fairly turbulent time for Fulham, to be fair, considering I didn't even consider they were in 9th when I said that, I wouldn't have even put them that high up the table. But again, between 9th and 15th, there's probably only about 4 or 5 points, is there? If even that.
Between Bournemouth and bloody hell, there's 6 points. There's 7 points between 5th and 15th.
There you go. Like that's like to say they're in 9th. How many points are they ahead of us? Maybe 4 or 5. Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot there.
Fulham are 3 or 4, I think.
31. They're 9 points ahead of us.
9 points. It's not
But
really
Bournemouth are 4 ahead of us, and
Bournemouth are
Fulham are
4.
9 points.
Look,
I've
we'll
got
be
a few
absolute-
Bournemouth receipts as well, which are just tucked nicely in the wallet as well.
Oh, have you?
Oh, I fucking do. Yes.
Oh, I fucking love a good receipt.
I don't go on Twitter much anymore, but I do every now and again come across a little golden nugget that's just too good to go miss. So yeah, that goes.
Golden nugget.
That top
love a
three,
good
I didn't
goal.
realise how far away they were from Liverpool. That top three is already
Miles
done,
away.
isn't it?
It's
Miles
nearly
away.
set in stone, isn't it?
Villa are playing well though.
Oh,
It's
you
nice to
gotta
see
hand
some
it
other
to
teams
them,
that are actually, getting involved, and I think we can finally put to rest the whole Tottenham are a fucking top 6 fucking team as well, because they're just a shower of shite, aren't they?
Yeah. Absolute joke of a club. But anyway,
Yeah, who'd have thought Aston Villa spending 300 million quid would have got them in the top 4, eh?
imagine that.
Got to spend
Crazy.
it, haven't you?
But haven't they?
it.
They've been quite good in how they've spent that as well. They've sold players and they've kind of recouped a good bit of cash, really, haven't they? Between
Yeah, they have, to be
player
fair.
sales and spending, so they've kept kind of well within. I'd imagine their PSO.
Yeah, I mean,
or whatever the fuck it
it's
is, like.
probably since they lost Grealish, wasn't it? Ever
Yeah.
since then, they've reinvested really, really well. But for a computer breaking down, they probably wouldn't have been in that position because they should have been relegated from the Premier League last season.
That actually popped up today on randomly on an Instagram feed, that particular incident, and you're looking at it and you're like, fucking hell, how did that even get away? Like, so Smarty, I'm going to ask you just to give us a prediction for Saturday. 3 o'clock kickoff, Ellen Road. Potentially be bouncing a little bit better than the Scum game. We haven't had a 3 o'clock kickoff in.
We haven't, have we?
I think I've been
A
to
long
and
time.
back from Mordor since we've had a fucking 3 p.m.
We haven't, have we? I'm gonna say I don't think it's gonna be like a massive ass kicking for them. I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll be quite close, but I'm gonna go 2-1 Leeds. I think.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot more in our favour than a 2-1. I'm going to go 3-1. If I'm honest.
I would debate them between 2 and 3, but yeah, I think we'll get the win. I think a vociferous Ellen Road, the cauldron that it can be. I think I think the crowd will be wanting them to get stuck in, and I think we'll get a big reaction as well after the Newcastle game from the lads. So I think. Oh well, it's one of them. This could come back and bite us right in the ass. But yeah, I think I'm expecting a big game from the boys on Saturday.
But you could see that with the interviews after the Newcastle game, that they put a lot into that. They were all gutted, like, so they can only take that and
They were
and turn it
knackered,
into
man.
They were, weren't
They
they?
were
Like, there's a
knackered.
lot
They were
of
dead on their
games, man.
feet. Dead
Yeah.
on their feet. And with so many injuries and stuff, you know, it's been hard for them. But he's used his squad well, you know, and fair play to Fark. He don't get enough kudos, does he? You know, we're nearly out of a job 2 months ago. I've still got a couple of receipts for that actually. Sacked by October. But yeah,
Billy's
I think,
not one of them, is he?
To be fair, I said it right at the start of the season. I said if that poor fucker, and it wasn't because of me just being an arsehole, it was me because of saying that he'd not been backed properly. But then again, he pulled an absolute masterclass, bit of a lucky one shot against Man City, and you know the rest is history. So long may it continue. But yeah, you know they were dead on the feet against Newcastle. You know there was some really struggling feet out there. But yeah, I think we'll be okay.
We've got Longstaff coming back now as well, and as long as he's getting minutes in the legs, you know, gives Fark the chance to rotate the midfield a little bit better now and potentially rest players. You know, I think there's 1 or 2 games there where Stack looked absolutely knackered towards the end of the game. I think it was like Newcastle, and the one prior to that was it Sunderland away, I think. Or no, it wasn't Sunderland away. It was the game beforehand anyway. I can't remember who it was. But he came over and he even said to Bryn Law at full time that Bryn was like, you're a little bit tired, and he was like, wrecked, knackered. So when that's happening, like, you're kind of like, Jesus, just take it nice and handy now, lads. Yeah, be all right. Rotate the squad.
We've had a very, very tough Christmas, New Year schedule. We have had a very tough schedule. You know, you think the travelling we've done. We've played Liverpool home and away throughout December. We've played away at Newcastle. We've played Scum at home. We played Sunderland away. You know, we've had a really long December. A really long
Chelsea
December.
there as well, and Palace, who were supposed to be the amazing away from home and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Brenda's Ghost has said here, you know, Fark could have well got manager of the month for December if not for Emery. Now, I'm not being funny,
absolutely,
but to say the position that Fark were in, you know, at the start of, you know, sort of end of October before we went away to Man City, he were pretty much the axe were ready to be frigging swung. You know, he were pretty much out of a job, you know, and to turn it around the way that he's done it, to pick up that many points, especially against the teams that we've played, has been absolutely monumental.
It's been remarkable.
Fucking Emery with his, like Luke said, his £300 million frigging squad. That, you know, I mean, what's so special about that? Yeah, he's done well. Yeah, it's a team that doesn't really, you know, trouble the top 5, you know, a right lot. Yeah, fair dues, but you know, the fucking momentum swing and what Fark's done in that amount of time surely should have been recognised for manager of the month for December.
That's more impressive. That's more impressive than what Emery's done because, like you said, Smarty, half time at City, everyone was talking about swinging the axe, and literally a 45-minute display and a formation change has saved his job. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably one of the best reasons to give any manager, not just Fark, any manager in his position, the manager of the month is absolutely class.
I'd like to see what it's done, or how this points system is done.
Yeah.
I'd like to see.
We went unbeaten. We went unbeaten in December, and you know we beat Palace, who were the best team on the road at the time. We beat Chelsea, drew with Liverpool, and sorry, we didn't play Liverpool twice in December. We played them on New Year's Day, didn't we? But yeah, you know, to go through that period and not get beat again until Newcastle, when arguably we shouldn't have been beaten anyway. You know, but for, as you say, fatigue and being tired and fitness. And I think, and look, if we had the ability to have such a lovely deep squad, you know, players in depth, we probably would have been able to rotate a lot more. And he was forced to rotate because we did have injuries and we had Ampadu serving suspension as well. But we haven't got the strength in depth that these clubs have got. Arguably, they're bringing an 8 or a 9 out of 10 player off, and they're replacing them sometimes with an 8 or a 9 out of 10 star player. You know what I mean? It's a nice little thing to have when you've got the money and when you're you know, PSR and all that bollocks. But look, we stay in the league this year. I have every belief that we will give it a real go next year, and we will be aiming for mid-table straight away.
I think so, yeah. Luke, we were just finishing up there talking about Fulham, and Smarty and myself gave an old prediction there. Smarty went 2-1 little bit more conservative than myself. I went for 3-1. What are you feeling from this game?
I think it'll be a lot tighter than that. I think it'll be nervy. 3 o'clock, everyone will be pissed as well. So yeah, I think it'll be 1-0 or 1-1.
Yeah, 1-0 or 1-1. Yeah, I
Scooby says, I'd like to thank Jesus for making me not want to go for a piss and a kip if it's a Leeds corner. Not only that, now even throw-ins are excited. He's got a sterling point.
He has, yeah. It's grand, isn't it? Just hope your bladder can hold out, Scooby. That's the only thing, man.
That's what half time's for.
Yeah.
Does he sleep in the toilet then? Is that what he's saying?
I think so.
He goes for a piss and a kip. Or did he wet the bed? Who knows?
Possibly.
Himself.
Just one thing before we get on to the results of the poll and the just to read out the AMC stuff. Someone started this comment from Stevie Brown. I don't know why he said Archie, because it's Harry, but no bother.
Yeah, we know what he meant.
Harry Gray going to Rotherham on loan, apparently. I'm actually all right with that, because it's men's football. He's 17 years of age, and he could probably do with that. It was different for Archie coming in, I think, playing in the Championship. Like, if we were still in the Championship now, I think Harry will be starting a few more games than he actually is, because we wouldn't have the same players that we have now.
I don't think he'd be starting. He might be featured. I don't think he'd be starting.
In between, yeah, you know. He'd be getting more of a chance if we were in the Championship. So I think
I was surprised we didn't see him in the Cup,
Rotherham.
actually.
I was as well. And I said this in one of the chats today. I said that not seeing him in the Cup has definitely kind of swayed me more to, let him go. Because if he's clearly not, pushing for a position in the Cup games, then when is he going to get on? Because he ain't going to be in the Premier League. I want to see Howson make an appearance, mate.
That won't happen. They haven't even given him a squad number.
I thought they had done.
I don't think so. Not
sure?
According to Bryn Law. He was on the square ball. I think Bryn was saying that he hasn't even got a squad number. So, yeah, bit of a shite one that. Like, it'd be nice to see Howson and Byron playing in the same team at some point again, wouldn't it? That would have been a bit of a nostalgic kind of buzz there.
And Cairns, get Cairns in there as well.
Yeah, just fuck everyone in there. Fuck it, go on. Luke, what's the old result on the poll there, if you don't mind?
The poll results are as followed. We in third place we have Piru offers more than the Metcha with 10% of the votes. In second place we have Shitref of the Week, which is from a Derby fan, and the outright winner this week was not Leeds related, and it was Chelsea Palace Humble Pie. Crystal Palace, Chelsea Palace? Crystal Palace Humble Pie.
Palace.
Good. Delighted.
Sing the shit out of your ass, eh?
Sling the shit
out
of your
ass.
Sing the shit out of my ass. Brilliant.
Class. So we just have the Andy's Man Club to read out as well. We do this every week. It's to raise awareness for men's mental health. I saw a stat saying there in the first, I think it's 2 to 3 weeks of 2026 already, over 18,500 men have taken their lives up and down the United Kingdom. So it's important to talk, lads. Don't ever feel ashamed to open up to one of your mates. If they laugh at you, just laugh back at them, and you're a bigger man for getting it off your chest. So if
I generally don't think they would do anyway.
No,
yeah, if they're your mates, they wouldn't.
Some people are a little bit more fucking mental than others, you know what I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, so they wouldn't think twice about it. But anyway, if you're going through a storm or have recently been through one and you're a man over the age of 18, perhaps Andy's Man Club Leeds may be able to help you. We have venues in Horsforth, which is the newest one, Kirkstall, Pudsey, Central Leeds, Hunslet, Seacroft and Morley. We are open 7pm to 9pm every Monday, barring bank holidays. We also run weekly and monthly social events with the aim to get men talking and to smash the stigma around men's mental health. Details of our venues and everything we are doing is at Andy's Mad Club Leeds Facebook, so give us a follow and spread the word. So yeah, there you go. Always kind of give it a shot, lads. That's the way it is. On that note, Richard Hogan has put in, good to see Just Joe getting himself back on track too. He's been keeping us all updated on his Instagram. Keep going, Joe, man. It's best thing you've ever thought of doing, and you'll be back shouting and roaring into a mic at some point very soon anyway, man. Lads, any other business before we finish up?
Just a positive. I'm not sure if it was mentioned last week. Probably not, because I think the meeting was only on the 8th. Obviously, the vote for the expansion plans is positive. Real positive. 53,000, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, and there was talk of extending the south stand to make an extra 3,000 apparently at some later date. So I'm assuming
it'll be that corner, I bet, won't it, or something maybe.
Well, I reckon it might be taking the boxes out of there and just having the whole of the south stand with seating, because they'll have
maybe so, yeah.
Extra
it is about
kind
3k
of,
that as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, when you look at the old pictures before they put the boxes in, it is about 3k. But I think that with the amount of executive and corporate that they'll have with the 2 new stands, there won't be any need for a couple of shipping containers in the south stand. But that's just me. I think when you look at older pictures, I think I've pointed it out before, it does look about 3k they're missing out on there.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah.
Make an hell of a difference to the noise in the south stand, that's for sure.
I tell you what, yeah. If they fixed up the concourse a little bit, and if our own fans stop ripping the fucking roof down at half time, that might help as well. But you know what I mean?
I'm kind of glad the south stand stayed untouched, mate.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad. Because I'm quite happy to look at a new stadium, but still get the nostalgia of the fucking shit tip that the south stand is in the concourses.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
I like looking up at the old roof and stuff. Yeah. Well, I mean, they could fucking pull it down and make a new stand, couldn't they? But they probably will do at some point. They will do. It's bound to happen, innit?
What do like Atletico Madrid used to have it with the road going underneath their stand.
No, I don't mean that. I don't think they'll be able to do that because of the neighbourhood that it's in. They've had to consider how much light and how much of the view that it's taken away from a few of the houses that are already on Elland Road. But the south stand making that bigger, it'd be just completely just ruin everything for them, won't it? So I don't think they'll get a bigger stand. I just think they'll redevelop the stand. Yeah,
it was the same for the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. That's why they've got that tiny little terrace at one end of it, is because the houses at the back of it were going to be having their sunlight blocked because it's a south facing stadium. So they agreed to put glass in the stand and make it only like a 20-row terrace or something. It's actually kind of cool and unique, really. But that's it now, lads. I've no other news. Luke, are you featuring on Sky Sports or anything recent in the next while, or have you got any word on that?
No news as yet for my next TV appearance. I was on the other day, last week. I can't remember when it was. Last week after the Scum game. So still enjoying that though. Yeah, so just keep your eyes peeled on our social medias, because we'll be sharing it as well. So if I am on, you can be bored to death and go for a piss and a sleep.
Yeah, at least it's not a corner or a long throw, so definitely get away with going for a piss and a sleep. Right, lads. Smarty, thanks very much for joining us. Luke,
it's a pleasure.
Thanks very much yourself, man. Hopefully you've got a bit more paraphernalia on your wall next time we see it. As in Leeds paraphernalia. Leeds
memorabilia.
That too, yeah. Anyway, you know where I'm off to. I'll catch you
on that note.
It's all to know better. We all to know much better than letting Karl go on with Jay. Luke's calling out bad weathers, and Smarty is no better, and Gilly gets fan mail again. But every time we go live,
shit take has been
can't speak or even tell the time.
It's Moratoy's out the pram.
It's all
if I see his mother in
we
the
all know
stands,
much better.
I'm
this
gonna crack an egg
show for tonight.
It's starting.
And if you like these weapons and you don't think they're balanced, please go check out our merch site. Good
He's a
night.
little tosser, and I hate him. He's shit. He's average, and he's a shit house.